Another primary theme of the 115th Congress has been regulatory reform. It's what President Trump campaigned on the campaign trail, and all of us did, because as is often said in Washington, we really have four branches of government right now. Not only do we have the legislative, judicial, and executive branches of government, we also have the fourth branch, and it's called the bureaucracy. And so for many years now, you've had nameless, faceless bureaucrats creating new rules and regulations on every business and industry under the sun. And so much of that is unnecessary, overly burdensome, and it has worked in a way to smother the free market and our free enterprise system. So our commitment has been to crack down on that. As Vice Chairman of the Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee and Natural Resources, I helped lead on a letter to industry and business executives around the country to ask them what are the most burdensome regulations. You know, give us your top 5 most burdensome, most unnecessary, duplicative regulations that we could target for eliminating and cutting all of this red tape. We've begun that effort, and also passed some and authored some big legislation this year. The J. Bennett Johnson Waterway Extension Act would allow for permitting for hydroelectric power, to allow those who want to innovate in that way to do that, so that we're an all and above. The regulatory environment had made that almost impossible. The window was closing on those projects, and so we allowed it to stay open. I also authored the SEA Act, the Streamlining Environmental Approvals Act, which is a big thing for the oil and gas industry. You know, to drill offshore in Louisiana and in the Gulf Coast, there's a huge labyrinth of regulations that producers have to go through, to wade through, in order to get their permit. And it takes years and years, and enormous amounts of money to do that. And a lot of the regulatory approval process is duplicative. They're having to go through multiple agencies for no apparent reason. So we're bringing legislation to streamline that process and allow for the greater energy production, which leads to more jobs and bigger paychecks for Louisianians. So we've been very proud to do that. I think overall, the regulatory reforms will be one of the things that the Trump administration and this Congress is best known for, as history will record. It's changing the environment of the way business is done in this country and unleashing the free market again. That, in addition with our tax reform measures, is going to really be a turbo boost for the American economy, and we can't wait to see all the great benefit that's going to come from that. I think the rise in the stock market, I think over 60 consecutive record closes of the Dow this year, is the regulatory reforms are in part responsible for that. So good things ahead. We'll continue that as our work in the Congress, and we're looking forward to 2018 for that reason.